Genesis, the Power Edge!
Watch it, buddy! Yes! It's the Atari! Sega! CD-ROM! New Nintendo!
It's enough to make a grown man cry.
Is it the most challenging game in the galaxy?
It's inhuman.
Star Trek from Sega.
Sega!
Have you played Atari today? How about Sega? Personally, I haven't played either, but back on this day in early 1994, my retro life was all about Atari.
It's the Atari!
This was the day Dad surprised me after school with an Atari 2600 Junior, straight from Telegames, a mail-order house that specialized in Atari distribution back in the early 90s.
Look at the graphics.
It's okay for an original first system ever made, Daddy.
Yep, when it came to video game collecting, we couldn't just buy games online. Alas, the best way to go retro was ordering straight from the mail-order companies found in the back of most video game magazines. That's where this box full of Master System games came from.
You found all of them?
Not all of them, kid.
You have 25.
At age 8, with a heart-pumping old-school 8-bit blood, collecting video games became something more than just a mild curiosity.
I called all over the United States, Tyler.
Dad, with Mom's unwavering support, had unlocked something profound.
Can you believe it, kid?
Can't.
Opening up that box of Sega games was like opening up the lost ark of the video game covenant, minus all the face melting.
This looks great, is it?
What is it?
After.
Yeah.
And as our collection grew, sometimes we'd find old Sega games made for Atari consoles. Naturally, these pre-Master System Sega treasures became some of the highlights of our growing collection.
Oh my goodness! Are those games? Oh my god! Look at all those Atari games!
Look below.
Nintendo! Oh, what is that? For Atari? Could it be? Yes, it is. Sega started with Atari.
Come here.
Man! And there's the Master System that followed.
Look at all those games. In just a short year of collecting Master System games, it's amazing how far we'd come.
What a collection.
But Master System wasn't the headliner of this home movie.
Man, you got some new Atari games since last we saw. A collector's item of them all. Indiana Jones and the Lost Raiders of the Lost Ark. Can you believe it? For Atari? Man, the graphics must be incredible. It's for the 2800 system. What a rare collector's item. Let's see those graphics. Oh, yeah, it's a nice looking game, yeah. Collector's item made. Can you believe it? From far and wide. The company that started it all with the company that started it all. Sega started with Atari, making games from their arcade versions of their classics. Check it out. They even made their own boxes and own design. Atari. Sega. Here's another for all you non-believers. The company that started it all with the company that started it all. And more. Even Star Trek. Talk about a collector's item. Star Trek 2600 game from 1982. Give me a break. This is a good game. Based on the arcade classic Congo Bongo by Sega. Yes. Even this game. Last but certainly not least, Buck Rogers' Planet of Zoom. Yes, on the Sega. For the Atari 2600.
Sega? On Atari?
Can't beat these rare classics from the early 80s.
As diehard Sega fans, tracking these games down meant a lot to Dad and I. I can remember Congo Bongo being one of my favorites.
Congo Bongo. Buy it now and save $5 on Star Trek or Buck Rogers. Now that should put a smile on your face.
When Sega ripped off Nintendo, they did it with style. With the Sega highlights out of the way, it was time to move on to some more Atari 2600 acquisitions.
And thanks to Aunt Michelle, Cousin Manny, Cousin Mikey, and Uncle Mike, we've got original classics that they gave us from their collection. Adventure, Asteroids, Tron, Adventures of Tron, Video chess, the original combat Breakout. Check out this combat, you won't believe the box.
Pac-Man.
Check it out, the original from 1978. Unbelievable. What a great back. These are cool. This is from Mattel, actually started this. The M Network means Mattel. They later left Atari, making games for the Atari 2600, and started their own system called Intellivision. But this is the original. See, Mattel Electronics. They even tried to start doing it. But Sega was the only one, and of course Nintendo, that prevailed. The first classic adventure game ever done. Adventure, yes. No pun intended when you call this an adventure game. Even the classic Pac-Man started with the Atari, yes, the home system. People went nuts playing these games for hours, and later they passed away of old age. Another original box by us, because the original cannot be found, Backgammon. Classic game, the 2600 system. And of course your favorite and mine, Breakout. Many variations, use paddle controllers please. You'll really wipe out on asteroids, get it? Wipe your asteroids! And for you old school aficionados, there's always video chess. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this young man of only 9 years old in 2 weeks has something exciting to say to you. One word and one word only, and that is...
2600 Atari!
That's right. My birthday was only 2 weeks away.
Happy birthday, Tyler. 9 years old.
When I turned 9 years old that year, I received cutting-edge, state-of-the-art video games for every 16-bit console we owned.
Rhoda CD!
Kidding me? You got it?
Yeah!
Oh, man.
No, we get to run over people as much as we want.
Thank
What do
you.
you say?
Thanks. Thank you.
But even as I opened up the latest and greatest that Sega was offering on their Sega CD and even their 32X console, deep down, I would have been just as happy with a lost Sega relic from the Atari days.
The company that started it all, with the company that started it all. Sega.
Guess I've always had a retro heart.
Man.
Cool cartridge.
Alright, let's put it in and check it out.
In the early 90s, collecting video games felt like something that was exclusively mine and Dad's.
You can catch those things that have fallen from his mouth, his stuff. With his cursor.
Oh, I see.
It was a simpler time. We didn't have online auctions, social media, or self-obsession over how much our games or our collections were worth.
Nope.
The value of the video games we collected didn't feel monetary at all. Rather, it came from the time we put in, the laughter we shared in, and the joy we had, making memories through the video games we loved.
So, what do you think's better, Children of the Atom or this?
This, definitely. Hey, if you tried to play Children of the Atom to somebody in 1983, they wouldn't know what it was. Cool. See what happens in that other one when you break out and have 3 balls.
Yeah. This is cool. I find this easier.